Life, for me, has always unfolded like a slow, deliberate journey. One shaped by seasons, people, and moments that left lasting imprints on my soul. I was born in the 80s as the first child into a home balanced by two distinct worlds. My father, an Ewe from the Volta region of Ghana, a chorister, a music lover, and a professional teacher who stood for discipline, knowledge, and structure. He believed in shaping minds and building futures. And even at home, that sense of purpose was evident, though he was a very calm individual. My mother, an Ashanti from the Ashanti region of Ghana and a trader, was the embodiment of resilience. Strong, resourceful, and constantly moving to ensure that there was always something to hold on to. Between them, my early life was rooted in both order and survival, vision and hustle. But life, as I would come to understand, does not always move in straight lines. On August 23, 1999, something terrible happened. The loss of my father. His death occurred right before my eyes as he struggled for life after a short illness. Devastatingly, he left behind a pregnant wife and 4 children. The demise of my father was not just a loss of a parent. It was the loss of stability as I knew it. It marked the beginning of a different chapter, one we had not planned for. In the wake of his passing, life took a turn that led us into the home of our grandparents. What was meant to be temporary stretched into years, and those years became a defining part of who we are. Living with our grandparents was a mixture of light and shadow. On one hand, there was love, shelter, and sense of continuity. They gave us a place to belong when everything felt uncertain. Our grandfather, with his wisdom and quiet authority, instilled values that still echo in my life today. Our grandmother, in her own way, offered care and presence that filled some of the gaps left behind. Yet, it wasn't without its challenges. Adjusting to a new environment, new expectations, and sometimes straight ways of doing things came with its own weight. There were moments of limitation, moments when life felt restrained, and times when we had to grow up faster than we should have. The experience shaped us, but not without scars. Amid it all, one figure stood out as a bridge between what we lost and what we were becoming. My father's younger brother. He became more than an uncle. He became a guide, a supporter, and a steady hand in uncertain times. His presence brought direction where there could have been confusion. He stepped into a role he did not have to, offering mentorship, encouragement, and sometimes discipline. In many ways, he helped carry forward the legacy my father left behind. As the years passed, loss visited us again. In December 2010, we said goodbye to our grandfather, the pillar who had held so much together. His passing left a silence that could not be easily filled. Then in February 2016, our grandmother followed, closing yet another chapter of our lives. Their home, once full of stories, lessons, and even struggles, became a memory, a place that had shaped us in ways we would only fully understand later. Through all these transitions, another quiet battle was unfolding, my journey through education and life after it. School was not always smooth. There were struggles, moments of doubt, setbacks, and times when progress felt painfully slow. While others seemed to move ahead with clarity, I often found myself trying to find my footing, pushing through challenges that tested both my confidence and my endurance until I bagged my MPhil degree in 2015. Even after education, the struggle did not suddenly end. Finding my place in the working world came with its own uncertainties. Yet, one thing that has always defined me is my willingness to work hard. I gave my best in every role I found myself in, committed, diligent, and driven by a desire to grow and to make meaningful contributions. But standing for truth, justice, and fairness came at a cost. In some workplaces, my refusal to compromise on my values created tension. There were moments when my integrity was misunderstood, resisted, or even quietly opposed. At times, it felt as though systems were working against me. Situations that led not to my growth within those spaces, but to my exit from them to seek peace for my soul. Choices I made with good intentions, aimed at growth, fairness, and long-term benefit, were sometimes seen differently by others. It was difficult to stand firm when the very people you hoped would understand you struggled to see your perspective. Unfair treatment of this nature was evident not only in my occupational settings, but also in some religious affiliations and communal groups. These moments taught me that doing what is right does not always mean being understood. Sometimes it means standing alone, holding on to your convictions, and even when they are unpopular or inconvenient. It means trusting your intentions, though misunderstood now, will eventually speak for themselves through time and consistency. Those experiences were not easy. To give your all, to act with sincerity, and still be questioned or pushed aside can weigh heavily on the heart. But even in those moments, I have come to realize that not every closed door is a failure. Some are a redirection. Choosing integrity may not always be rewarded immediately, but it builds something deeper within, a character that cannot be easily broken. Through it all, one thing has remained constant: the desire to become a better person. Better than yesterday, better than my circumstances, better in character, in purpose, and in faith. It hasn't been a perfect journey, and it certainly hasn't been an easy one, but it has been real. To God, I give the most glory for His sustenance, mercies, and guidance. To my family, mentors, friends, and all loved ones, I say a very big thank you for the various roles you play in ensuring who I am today. God richly bless you. Life, for me, is still a gradual process, a continuous becoming, shaped by loss and support from loved ones, guided by family, tested through struggle, refined through hardship, and strengthened through misunderstanding, but sustained by hope. And even now, I am still walking that path, learning, growing, standing firm in what I believe, and striving each day to become the better person I am meant to be. Even if I become late without fully realizing the better person I desire to be, I remain confident that my Maker will still be proud of who He created. This is my voice. This is my story so far. I am MAWUTOR. I am God's own.